Hey everybody, welcome to Kevin's Kitchen. As I promised, I know it's a day late, sorry, I had a really busy weekend. I'm going to show you how to make that soup that I put on Facebook the other day. And it is, let's go with my version of pho. I don't care if it's not your version of pho. I'm going to eat my pho soup. You can eat whatever pho soup you want. And I know a lot of people are going to first hit me up and be like, that's not the right noodles. I don't care. I like the udon noodles, and that's what I'm going to use. One of the things you're going to want to do with these is you want to rinse them off. Because if you get a lot of starch or anything, it'll make your soup real thick. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Let's see here. I'm just going to put them in a little colander. Rinse them for a minute. Oh. Just want to get the starch off of them because I don't like a real thick soup. If I want soup, I want something, soupish, not stewish. Doesn't take much. Just get that powdery stuff that's on that starch. You do the same thing with rice, rinse your rice real good, then you won't get that real stickiness in it. Alright, and get that started. Bone broth, beef bone broth, that's what I'm using. I'm not going to use any water, just going to go straight beef bone broth. Alright, that should be plenty. I need more, I got a little extra. We're going to turn that on and get it started cooking while we prepare everything else. So, what are our ingredients? We have our meat, protein, or steak we're going to use, garlic, we have some asparagus, some leeks.
Bok choy. I know it's not leeks. I just made a mistake.
Mushrooms. We've got spinach, water chestnuts, bamboo shoots, and itty bitty baby corn. The secret ingredient that really makes it taste great that I really like is it's 100% pure sesame seed oil. It really makes it kind of nice. So the first thing I like to do is get the flavors flowing around in it. And so we're going to get the garlic going in there. And since my cousin, had to mention something about, the knife I was using last time, I went ahead and brought out my good knife. Because everybody's got to say something, David. Okay. I'm going to take my asparagus. Let's make some chunks out of it. Let that sit in there and cook. Now, I like to put it in the ingredients in the strongest flavors to the weakest. That way it pulls the strongest flavors out first, and it's just the way I am. Okay, we're going to go with leeks.
I know it's bok choy.
Don't worry, we're still going to use them. I'm going to slice these guys up. Nice and thin. Get those nice and as uniform as you can. I am not a chef, never claimed to be one. I can just yell like one. How's that? Throw those in there. Then we're going to cut up the tops. And when you have fresh
I saw a joke about a leak under a sink. It's stuck in my head. Give me a break.
when you start cutting them up. The aroma is really nice. Now we're going to go with the spinach next. And you can put this stuff in any way you want. It's basically a pot of just everything mixed up and boiled together, and the flavors mingling. But I kind of like it in this order. And we haven't gotten it boiling yet, so that's a good thing. And we're going to go for mushrooms. I don't like my mushrooms chewed up real small. I don't like little chunks in it. Like something you can get a hold of when you're eating it. You know you got a mushroom. But I like mushrooms. You don't have to put mushrooms in. I know there's a lot of people out there that just don't like mushrooms for whatever reason. That's your own thing. That's cool. I do like mushrooms. Your baby carrots.
Freaking corn. Get it together, man.
Little chunks. And then we got our bamboo shoots. I'm just going to do a couple passes on that to make them different sizes just for S&Gs. And then my water chestnuts. Just do those in halves. Now we are not putting the meat in until it's boiling. Okay? And we're going to slice it up real thin. Right now we're going to do the sesame oil, and you have to figure out how much you like in there. About a tablespoon's good for me. And we just let that boil. Then we're going to get our meat. Now I like to do this with the meat partially frozen because it stays nice and stiff when you're slicing it, and you can make it nice and thin. Something nice and lean meat. You get these nice thin slices out of it, and when the soup is nice and boiling hot, you'll drop the meat in there, and it'll cook for about maybe 20-30 seconds. And if you cut it thin enough, and you wait to put it in there when it's boiling right, it'll cook it thoroughly in that 20-30 seconds. And it just releases the flavors of the meat into the soup. It's just really good. If you boil it too long, I mean, your meat's gonna get tough. So again, very quickly, 20-30 seconds, and then you take it off the heat. All right, so we're gonna leave this right here and wait for our bone broth and everything to start boiling. Get that nice and, mixed up together and ready to go. And as soon as we're ready, we'll go and throw the meat in. So let's just wait for this. Okay, now we've let our soup simmer long enough to get the noodles done. Now we're about ready to put the meat into it, and have you guys come on over here and take a look at it. How quickly it cooks when you put the meat in it. Come on. Okay, so as you can see, everything's boiling nicely in there. So we're going to take our meat, just going to drop it in. See how quickly it starts cooking. Doesn't take long at all before you can start seeing the color change. Right there. So we just put that in. Let that cook for about 15 to 30 seconds. And that's it. We'll serve it. Okay, so now just turn it off there. And that's our pho. Take what you want there. And you might have a better spoon for doing this. This is what I got, so this is what I'm using. Give me a little bit more meat in there. A little more veggies. All right, so once we get that, let's get all this in the bowl. Get on there. Come on. Look at us trying to escape. Let's clean that up a little bit. You want to garnish it? I've got some spinach leaves. And there you go. It's ready to serve. Alright, so if you guys want to try this out, please do. Make your own little changes to it, whatever you'd like, but definitely drop me a line. That's good. And tell me what you think. And if you have any recipes or anything you want me to give a shot and see if I can make them a quick, easy 15-20 minute dinner, send them to me and I'll see what I can do. You guys have a good one. Later. Ooh, it's good.